Hello and welcome to History 1302. So this is online for all of you concurrent high school students. A lot of you have taken this course. You took the first half of it, 1301, from Miss Johnson last semester. So we're switching over. My name is Delyn Bueno, and I'm going to be your instructor and guide you through 1302 this semester. So I just want to give you a quick overview of the syllabus and kind of where everything is located, because it may look different than Miss Johnson had her set up last semester. So when you first get started, the first thing you're going to see in your view will be the start here with the syllabus, and eventually this video will appear there too. But if you click on syllabus, it will take you straight here. You'll notice you don't need a download, you don't have to have Microsoft Word or anything to use that, so it just automatically pops up for you. All of my information is listed here: my name, where my office is located if you happen to come out to campus, my telephone number. The best way to reach me is going to be email, because I try to constantly check my email at least twice a day, once in the morning, then once in the afternoon before I leave for the day. So usually I try to respond that day, but if for some reason I'm out of the office and I miss it, I do try to respond within 24 hours during the week and 48 hours on the weekend. So my office hours, when you can catch me, Tuesday and Thursday 9 to 1, and then on Fridays from 8 to 10 a.m. And keep in mind, I do try to stay in my office as much as I can from 9 to 1, but sometimes I do have meetings I have to pop out for. So if you try calling me and I don't answer, shoot me an email, and then I can answer you that way probably quicker. If I am in a meeting, I can check my email. So OpenStax is going to be the textbook that you need. Most of you did this last semester. You know that you do not have to purchase the textbook. It's embedded already in this course, and it will be available in each unit here. We'll go over that in just a second. Here's some student learning outcomes, the core objectives and the core competencies that are created by the state and also by this institution, just things that you should be able to do by the end of the semester. Like create an argument through use of historical evidence. You should be able to analyze and interpret know the difference between primary and secondary sources, and then analyze the effects of historical, social, political, etc. forces on this period of U.S. history. Some core objectives. We have 4 that the state gives us: critical thinking, communication, personal responsibility, and social responsibility. A lot of your assignments, like your writing, everything, we try to relate it to one of these core objectives and one of these SLOs. So the way that the course is going to run, I'm going to try to keep it the same grading system that you're used to. If you get a 90 through 100 on something, then you've made an A. An 80 through an 89 on something, then you've got a B. So your grades are always going to be available in a link in Blackboard called My Grades, so you should be able to see those. And then I'm going to try to send grade reports to your personnel on your high school campus twice a week, so that they're up to date and know what you're making in the course as well. The syllabus quiz. This is going to be the first thing that you do. It's just looking over this, reading it, watching this video, and then answering questions about the syllabus. This just shows that you are participating in the class and that you're not going to be dropped when it comes up to cert date for me. So your syllabus quiz is actually due January 23rd. That's Monday, and I'll show you where that's at, and we'll really quickly talk about that in just a few minutes. You're going to have 2 written assignments, so 2 short essays, about 500 to 700 words each. That's not very long, and I will give you an example of what that should look like. Again, you do not have to have Microsoft Word for this. There's a couple of different programs you can use, and you can just use Blackboard. And you will have plenty of time before those are due to walk through that, make sure you know exactly what's expected of those. The exams, though, will cover about 2 units. So Unit 1 and 2, more than likely you'll see that on Exam 1. Unit 3 and 4 will be Exam 2, Unit 5 and 6 will be Exam 3, and then our final exam will be Unit 7 and 8. You will need Respondus Lockdown Browser for these exams. If you've never used that before, it's okay. There will be a video that shows you how to do that. It'll be posted in week 2. I'll walk you through how to download that and how to use that. The final exam will not be comprehensive, so it'll only cover Unit 7 and 8, which will be about 4 chapters. I do not accept any late or makeup work because this is an online class. You've got plenty of time, ahead of time, weeks ahead of time, what's due and when it's due. If you're going to be absent the day that something is due because of a school-related function, well, you have until midnight to get things turned in, but you also know that you're going to be out and you know that you have, say, an exam due. You need to get it done early. If you do it late, I will not accept it for any reason. Make sure you read over the attendance, student etiquette. You guys really, food and drink doesn't apply to you unless, your school has their own policy for that, financial aid statement. Academic honesty, cheating, plagiarism, collusion, you can read through, see what those mean. If you are caught conducting any of those, you will receive a failing grade for whatever you cheated on the first time. If you do it again, you're going to fail the class, no questions asked. ADA statement, those of you that the American with Disabilities Act applies to, just send me your accommodation. You do have to get it from PJC personnel. We do not take whatever you have from the high school. You do have to go through our advising counseling center in order to get accommodations here at the college. The last day to drop this class is April 13th. If you fail to do so, you may receive an F in the class. So if you think that you're not doing so well in the course, and we'll know ahead of time, but feel free to email me, late March, early April, and we can discuss your options. Don't wait until April 13th to start emailing me though, because at that point it may be too late. Alright, so again, read over all this, make sure you understand everything, and most of the questions that you're going to have throughout the course, they'll be answered as we start moving through it. So Unit 1, it's the first unit we're going to do. You'll notice that the syllabus quiz is listed here, and it's due January 23rd. Make sure you do that. If you don't do that, you may be dropped from the course. And then when you click on Chapter 16, here's the textbook for you, and it's broken down kind of by section. So you click on Introduction. It takes it just a minute to launch, but then it gives you the introduction. And then you can go on to the next section and read that. Gives you a timeline, goes over the President's Plan, 13th Amendment. If you scroll through, make sure you do read these, take your own notes. You can even, these are good practice questions. Some of these questions you may see on your quiz when you take it after Unit 2. Little review question, answer to the review, and then glossary terms. So you'll need to know some of these glossary terms, so copy and paste these onto a worksheet or write these down. Just make yourself familiar with these. And then if you go back, oops, no. Sorry about that. Then if you go back, it'll eventually take you all the way back to the main screen where you can see all these sections again. So just go through, make sure you read all of these, do the glossary terms. There's even a video, usually it's John Green and Crash Course that you're watching. They're really good videos. You may not understand everything that he says. He does talk really fast. And he's pretty witty and humorous. Some of the jokes you may not understand, so feel free to watch those videos more than once. And usually they're no more than 10-15 minutes long each. So once you've read everything in Chapter 16, go back and also read Chapter 17, and then once you finish both of those chapters, you'll take the unit quiz. So your unit quiz it's every 2 weeks. So you have, I expect you to read this in week 1, this in week 2, and then take the quiz. You're only allowed one chance on these quizzes. You don't get any multiple attempts, so make sure you've read, you've taken notes, you are prepared to take this unit quiz before you actually take it. Once you finish that, you're done with Unit 1. Then you can move on to Unit 2. Unit 2, you're going to read, it's got 3 chapters in it. So you'll read Chapter 18, 19, and 20. You'll have 2 weeks to read these. And then at the end of those 2 weeks, you'll have a unit quiz. Also at the end of Unit 2, you will have Exam 1, which I know you can't see those yet because they're just not active yet. They'll go active probably later this week or next week. You'll be able to see all those. So each unit gives you 2 weeks to finish everything in that unit. So you may have just a quiz that unit, that's it. You may have a quiz and an assignment. You may have a quiz, an assignment, and an exam in a unit. So make sure, you log in at the beginning of those every 2 weeks and you're like, okay, this is what I have to do these 2 weeks, and set aside time, work through it, and get it done. Again, if you do have any questions, feel free to email me. And I will also make sure, eventually, the start here will not be where we launch this. Eventually it's going to have announcements, and I'll try to post, okay, these 2 weeks you have this and this and this and this, and it's all due on these dates. And I'll try to itemize it out for you so that you know every week what you're going to have due. Alright, well, good luck this semester. I'm sure you're all going to do very well, and let me know if you have any questions.